Hi everybody, and happy Museum Week. I'm Chris from the McCormick House, and today I'm here with a top 10 questions we're asked by our young visitors. And coming in at number 10 is that lady downstairs Alice Roosevelt? Some of our frequent guests might remember that one of our devoted volunteers at the McCormick House was named Alice. And I used to tell a story about how Robert McCormick tried to date Teddy Roosevelt's eldest daughter, Alice Roosevelt. And if you're not familiar with that story, we have a whole video about it on our Facebook page that you should check out. Well, one day when telling that story, one of the kids on my tour asked me if the volunteer downstairs was actually Alice Roosevelt. And while very charming, unfortunately, Alice Roosevelt did pass away in the 1980s. It would be cool if she had been one of our volunteers, but that was just our good friend, Alice. Number 9. Did they like animals? Oh boy, did the McCormicks like animals. Each of them had their own preference in terms of dogs. Robert liked bulldogs, Amy liked German shepherds, Marilyn, his second wife, liked dachshunds. All of them loved horses. There were animals all over this place. This also used to be a farm, so outside of domestic animals like horses and dogs, you would have found cows, chickens, pigs, the whole kit and caboodle. Number 8. Why are there dog statues at the gravesite? Are there dogs buried with the McCormicks? No, don't worry. These dog statues, which represent the German shepherds Robert and Amy owned, Lotta and Sheila, they're just here to watch over the McCormicks. There probably are dogs buried somewhere on the property because they had so many, but they're not here. Number 7. Why are there skeletons in that closet? Well, the reason we know that there are skeletons in the armoire that's on the second floor is because one of our young visitors pointed out. None of us took that much notice, and they're honestly a little hard to see if you're not looking directly at them and shining a light on them. But thanks to the sharp eyes of one of our younger visitors, we saw the skeleton wallpaper on the inside of Amy's armoire. And an armoire is just a fancy word for closet that's just not in the wall. We don't know exactly why Amy had skeletons in her closet, but my guess is that it was just a little joke. Like they always say, everyone has a couple skeletons in their closet. Question number 6. Is the house haunted? No, don't worry. While it is a big house and it's an old house, there's nothing in there except for some dust and us. Number 5. Are there any secret passages in the house? Well, unfortunately, Robert didn't put any secret passages in the house, but there is actually a secret room. And we have a whole video about the secret bar in the library on our Facebook page. You should check that out. Number 4. Why isn't there an elevator in this place? We're not really sure why Robert didn't put a people elevator into the mansion, but he did put a food elevator, a dumbwaiter, for the kitchen to bring food up to the dining room. And if you've seen our video about the wood elevator, you know that there is an elevator in the library that's meant to bring wood up from the basement to make it easier to put into the fireplaces. Also, Robert was pretty smart. As he started to get a little bit older, he moved his bedroom down to the first floor, so he's never going to need an elevator to get upstairs. Number 3. How did he invite people to parties without a cell phone? Well, I'll tell you, a long time ago, we used to have these cool things that would plug into the wall, and it was called the landline. It's essentially your cell phone, only it's plugged into the wall, and you can call anybody you want. And even before that, we'd have to write letters to people, and Colonel McCormick used to have long lists of people he'd want to invite to his parties. He'd have his secretary write out the invitations, send them to his guests, and they would let her know if they were going to come to his parties. Number 2. Did he really live here? Yes, Robert really did live here. That really is his house, and this is really all of his land. All the gardens, where the First Division Museum is, all of it. And he was nice enough to leave all of it for us to hang out in. We have a lot of really old pictures of what it used to look like here too, so we can prove that he used to live here. And coming in at number 1, our most asked question is, how did he make all of his money? It's sometimes hard for younger visitors to understand this, but Colonel McCormick made all of his money by running a newspaper empire. A lot of people don't remember that back then we did not have easy access to TVs, we did not have the internet, so you needed to go to certain places to get your news. Colonel McCormick not only ran one of the most successful newspapers in the country, but he also ran an amazing local television and radio station that helped him get the news out to everyone in the state of Illinois. And that's where the Colonel got all of his money. Thanks for joining me today during this Top 10 Countdown. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day and a great rest of Museum Week from us here at Cantini Park. Bye!